Hey, it's Chris, and I want to say thank you to our veterans, active duty military, and first responders for serving our great nation. You're listening to Highways and Byways. Hey, it's Chris, and welcome to this week's episode of Highways and Byways. I talked about working at KCRM Radio in Cameron on my other show, The Chris Carlisle Show, one time. When I worked various shifts, the two that I were the most were Sunday mornings and weeknights. I got up a little early to drive over to Cameron. I was living in Rockdale for most of the summer of '89, and we signed on the station at 6, ran ABC News, and then ran a hour, at least 2-hour block of religious programming, and then we ran an hour of country music, and then went live to the Methodist Church in Cameron. Like I said, I also worked at midnight. Usually 8 to midnight, sometimes 7, and sometimes even 6 to midnight shift. That was before the station closed. I also worked the board. I was worked as the board op during the Cameron Yale football games, and also did a scoreboard show before signing off the air, which we do that at midnight. My first that night working that shift was when the San Francisco earthquake happened during the World Series. You can say that was the biggest news story of my broadcasting career. Also played an hour of country songs that crossed over into the pop charts. Coming up, a look at news. In the news, the city of Cameron got a film-friendly Texas designation from the Texas Film Commission. Governor Abbott announced on a Thursday. A lot of the old buildings there, you can do all kinds of movies there, like westerns or movies set in the 50s, whatever. They do that in Rosebud, too, I think. Speaking of Rosebud, the Rosebud Law Middle School band won 96 models at a recent competition. UFFA had 2 members win a blue ribbon at the San Antonio Livestock Show Agricultural Mechanics Project Show last Saturday. Cougar Theater took part in the district one-act play contest, and they advanced to the area round on March 15th at the Temple Cultural Activities Center. And finally, Rosebud senior Americus Lockridge was named Senior of the Month for February. Okay, in sports, it was announced the other day that Cameron Yale volleyball player Haley Tucker will sign a letter of intent to play at Temple College. The basketball season for the Roosevelt Cougars ended last Friday with a 73-44 loss to Grapeland in area. The Roosevelt baseball team started off the season with winning 2 games and tying 1 at the Cougar Classic over the weekend. They also actually started the season on Tuesday. Anyway, they beat Manor and Newtek 12-1 on Thursday. They then beat Teague 7-3 on Friday, and they tied Mumford 5-5 on Saturday. Cougar Field was renamed Larry Meacham Field in honor of the longtime coach and teacher at Roosevelt. That was in pregame ceremonies on Saturday. The Lady Cougar softball team had a good showing at the Axel tournament, going 2-2. They beat Gulson 16-1 and Wortham 7-2. Back to the basketball team now. They had all 5 of their starters make all-district. They are, for the first team, Clayton Doskasil, Breon Lewis, and Preston Herring. Kyle Fining got second team, while Rawling Burton and Jermaine Walker got honorable mention. The Roosevelt girls powerlifting team finished first as a team at regional, and they had 3 girls advance to the state meet. And both the golf teams had placed second at the RL tournament at the Simmons Golf Course in Temple.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Alright, some of my Facebook friends with birthdays are Joe, Contessa, Steve, Teresa, Don, and Nathan. Singer Joe James will be performing at the Lots of Events in a Lot on March 10th. And their pre-sale of tickets is going on now. Just log on to visit lotsofevents.com. And now before I go, a word from the good book. It's from the 27th Psalms, verse 5. And it says here, "For God will hide me in his shelter in time of trouble, will conceal me in the cover of his tent, and set me high upon a rock." Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Don't forget to hit the like button, the follow button, subscribe, and leave a rating. Thanks for listening to Highways and Byways. Highways and Byways is a presentation of Chris Carlisle's podcast, and is produced, hosted, and written by Chris Carlisle. Thank you and have a good time.